Well, this should be interesting. See what happens. Hi folks, Tom from Van Davidilsey, here with another video for the Highlander series, where I look at the typical 17th century Highlander through the context of wilderness living skills. And if you want to see what led me here, then check out my Highlander series playlist, where I have over 50 videos documenting my historical learning journey, how I made the kit, how I've experimented with it in different expeditions and various weather conditions, and of course don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future historical experiments. Now to me, wilderness living skills is more than just a hobby. It is an entire life philosophy. It is the practice of applying a learning formula to push myself out of my comfort zone while staying safe at the same time. I then use what I've learned from the wild to apply to my everyday. I'm so passionate about this that I've created an online course called Resilient Roots, Survival Training for the Art of Living, where I show you step by step exactly on how to do this. New lessons are always being added, and as an early adopter of the course, you have the benefit of requesting what lessons you'd like to see. So if you want to learn how to be a self-reliant forest ninja, then head over to my website tomlanghorn.com or click the link in the description below. On the website you'll also find a free survival checklist as well as a free course on how to become more focused in this crazy modern world. Now, I've been experimenting with historical kits since 2018, but up till now I haven't tried my 17th century kit in the dead of winter yet. This is partly because it's taken me a while to put together appropriate winter equipment, but also I've been waiting for some lovely, cold, dry, snowy winter wonderland conditions to try it out in. But unfortunately this sort of dry, snowy conditions are quite rare in Scotland, and when they do happen, it's often very short-lived. So the last few winters when the snow fell, by the time I'd set aside some time and started to put the kit together, it had already melted and turned back to the usual rain, sleet, hail and mud fest typical to a Scottish winter. This trip was much the same. It had snowed, it was cold and crisp, but by the time I got ready for an overnighter, it had warmed up again. But this time I'd figured just to go out anyway, because I suppose if this is the typical Scottish winter conditions, then I guess this is what I should be testing it out in. Now, the coldest trip I've done with modern equipment so far is minus 15 degrees Celsius. And although that sort of cold presents its challenges, it's easier to stay dry in. Whereas a day like today, where the temperature is hovering between +1 and -1 degrees Celsius, although it's not as cold, it means you can get both wet and cold in it, making it pretty miserable conditions, and lighting fires can be very challenging. Also, a steady north wind was blowing, so I decided to head to lower ground to try escape it. Everything is absolutely drenched. It's going to be very interesting trying to get a fire going here. Felt like the vibe of this spot. Like I can make a level bed here, build a reflector wall and see if we can get a fire going. We just said and done. Experimenting with Highlander layering system. Bonnet within a bonnet. Probably around 0 degrees right now. But when you're collecting firewood, it can get really hot. Collecting hot. Then soaking.
For what? This is ours.
Everything is absolutely soaking. The only passable tinder I have, some dry-ish grass I picked up on the walk, and I've kind of kept it close to my body to try dry it off. And that's all I've got. It's getting dark, getting cold. I think I'm gonna have to feather stick a fair bit, because there's just not enough dry, twiggy stuff. I've only really got one opportunity to get this fire going, and that dry tinder I've got. Maybe only enough ways to sustain, but get the fire going long enough to dry my feet, and I'd be happy. Almost. Got them in head. No one. Come on. Can our liquid factory get me on fire? Come on, let's go. You all. Roll for me, my pretty. Man, there's no better feeling in the world than being out the wild, getting cold, fighting as hard as you can, get dry firewood and split it yet the middle of the end. Oh, listen, feeling. Got my feet out. It's the main thing I'm concerned about. Never ending. Wow. And forage.
So essentially a very similar bed setup to the Across the Moor expedition. The same 2 sheepskins underneath. I've just got my heavier green winter plate. It's the one I was wearing. Same sleeping plate as before, only difference is that in between it, I've sandwiched a reindeer hide. Would a Highlander have a reindeer hide? I'm not sure. In the history of Scotland, there has been reindeer, and there is currently a kind of semi-wild herd of reindeer in Scotland. Were they around in the 17th century? I'm not sure. Potentially could be traded. Very, very, very cozy. So that's sandwiched in between my sleeping blades. Pretty cozy. There's a few drafts around the side, but I slept well. Only annoying thing is that it won't sleep with anything. And anyone knows how to stop a reindeer hide molting. Know in the comments.
And I've also made some very simple winter moccasins with a sheepskin liner and deerskin insoles, all treated with animal fat to try and waterproof them.
Oh no! Alright. Hide his face.
Alrighty, I figured I'd put on the microphone and do a bit of a debrief. So all in all, very enjoyable trip. As I said, I was kind of hoping to test this kit in sort of lovely, snowy, dry, crispy weather. But Scotland's is not predictable enough to turn to the usual slush fest. But my thermometer I had, it got down to -1 last night. It's not too cold. But yeah, just the most challenging thing was getting that fire going. Just everything was so cold and wet, really soaked through. So that reindeer hide and that kind of sleep system with this winter plaid, very cozy. I think I'd be comfortable sleeping out in that, probably down to -5 at a push. Anything colder than I might need to think about something else. It's fitting pretty good on my pack frame. But the current ropes I've got on my pack frame, it's kind of with that extra reindeer hide. The length of rope is at its limit there. So if I was going any colder than -5, I might need to put a new rope on the pack frame to be able to pack more layers, more bulk. But all in all, very cozy. I reckon sad and improved. Oh, the new moccasins. Not very waterproof. Quite quickly they got wet. But with all that sheepskin and stuff, at the very least they did keep my feet warm. So thanks for watching, folks.